Right now, this would be a great segment. We could throw this right up on YouTube. More or less, everybody could have some hot water all summer if they just go to their town dump.
And get one of these.
Get 3 components, more or less, is what this amounts to. So, first off, this works. This is our evidence that it works. This was in there. It went, we're thinking to 140 odd. And that's about where your you melt plastic, and that's as hot as any domestic hot water heater in your house would ever be. So I think this is the proof in the pudding. Proof in the pudding.
The water does get hot.
The water does get hot.
You want to open this up?
Yeah, let's open it up even so we can see the inside. So the tank is really hot. The sun hasn't been out totally at full sun all day today.
Even the glass is hot.
But this thing's, I mean, it really burned into the touch. I'm used to cooking with cast iron, and that's very hot. That's very hot right there. What you have is an old tank from out of somebody's house. This tank, what they do is they put a hot water heater element in there, just a heating element into tanks in people's houses, and that's where everybody usually gets the hot water from electrically. And that's a lot of energy to heat water with electricity that's made in Ohio at a fossil fuel plant or made at Seabrook nuclear plant. You know, they're transporting this energy a long way to just heat water. So, but this water is super hot in here. All we did was take the insulation, you know, I still probably got a little piece of insulation. Take the insulation, they just put a little bit of insulation around them. They could put a lot more, it'd be a lot better. But they put, so you tear that off, and then you paint everything in here black. And then you get some water. We run the water just in garden hose down here, in one side and out the other. And on that side, we just set up a little shower. You know, there's an old fixture we found somewhere at the dump too, probably. And you have a wonderful outdoor shower, and you have the capacity, the same amount of capacity that you have in a normal house.
With how much cost
firing that up? This is virtually free. I mean, you depend on the sun. So if it's a nice hot day,
that's what
then you're going to get a nice hot shower. If it's a cold day and you didn't do much anyway, then you're out of luck.
Exactly. But when I wake up and see the sun out, I know I'm getting a shower.
You're definitely going to get a shower, and it will actually be hot the whole day after.
Wow.
Because this is a refrigerator, you know. Once this heats up to 140 in there, with that thermal mass in there, this is a giant battery. You know, this is stored energy in a refrigerator.
Wow.
In an insulated space. So,
cool.
you know, this double glazed glass, you know, somebody threw this out because it got a little fogged or whatnot. But it holds the heat really well in there. And so these 3 components, you got to find an old fridge, you got to find a tank that you can get water in and out of, and a pane of glass.
So anybody can do this, like anybody?
Anybody. You could put this on the top of your apartment in New York City. You could put this out in the lawn in your suburbia.
Save a ton of money.
If you lived in a university, you might be able to sneak on the roof and do this. It's batch hot water, and it's, you know, people have been doing this in all sorts of forms. If you take a roll of black pipe, you can just roll it up and put it out in the sun. You could take that same roll of black pipe and you could stick it in a compost pile. There's all sorts of ways that we should be able to come up with passive ways to heat hot water and not using even wood. Wood would be the last choice. And what we're looking to avoid, obviously, is the fossil fuels. We need to get away from the fossil fuels at all costs, especially for something like heating water. Specifically.
This thing is so hot, you do need the cold, too.
You need the cold. Can you believe it? Let's put this back on. Wow, it's heavy.